I made $25,000 in a single month. It says 22,000 because it's in euros, which is $25,000. The reason I'm showing you this, it's my AdSense account, is because I have like a billion channels, and I can't show you the dashboards of all my channels. It's gonna take too long, so I'll just show you this. Plus, no one actually shows their AdSense accounts, so I'm gonna be special. Anyways, how the fuck do you make money on YouTube Shorts? I'll tell you right now. So first of all, we need to find a niche. Now, there's only one foolproof method to find a winning niche. First off, don't do the niches that everyone tells you to do. If everyone tells you to do ranking, that means that you don't need to do ranking. You shouldn't do ranking. Why? Because everyone is doing ranking. So, if everyone is doing ranking and no one is doing some weird ass brain rot niche, guess where it's easier to blow up? It's in the weird ass brain rot niche because there's no competition. Everyone in the world right now on YouTube Shorts does ranking and commentary. Don't do these, bro, because why would you compete with so many people when you can find an easier niche, easier in terms of competition and also easier in terms of how it's easier to make those videos. There's so many easy niches where it takes literally like a minute to make a video, and no one does those. It'll just be you and probably some other creep from Wyoming making those videos. That's it. Whereas if you do ranking or commentary, you'll be competing with like tens of thousands of people. So be smart about it, bro. Just go on Verlo. Verlo is the best app to find niches. Uh, get a subscription. It's $20 a month, bro. Come on, like don't be gay. Just get a subscription. Like, bro, you have $20, bro. Don't start taking a piss. You have $20. Get a subscription. Go into Outliers. Go into YouTube Shorts, obviously. Fresh content, and just scroll. Just scroll, and look at what's blowing up. It's like an endless, basically, source of the best niches on YouTube right now. So you just scroll and if eventually, essentially, just try and find a niche that you haven't seen before, um, and that clearly is monetizable, that doesn't like just blatantly steal content, and just um, it also has to be a niche that's like easy to do. You want a niche that's easy to do, so you don't waste like 10 hours making one video. Because why would you do that when you could find a niche where it takes a minute to make a video, and you could make like hundreds of videos per day, and you could make hundreds times more money than you would have made if you had a more difficult niche. So find an easy niche to do, especially if you're a beginner. Um, and yeah, like these niches, look like these AI niches, bro. Like, bro, look at this, bro. It probably takes like 2 seconds to make a video like this, bro. You know? So, yeah, just look around. Um, make sure it's monetizable, though. And yeah, that's pretty much it. You find a niche, and also make sure that you research that niche, find a couple more channels in that niche, research that niche, and once um, once you're confident in a niche, make sure you know how to make those videos. Look at the most viral videos in that niche and make sure you could recreate those videos so you have the skill, and make sure you know how to like generate your own ideas, because you want to always be able to generate your own ideas. Now, we will be you do want to steal content sometimes, but normally you want to like steal the idea and like create your own. But also you don't want to be dependent on some channel and their ideas. You want to be able to create your own ideas, because what if that channel just stops making videos? So make sure you know how to generate your own ideas that are just as good as the videos that are blowing up, and that you know how to actually make those videos, and just get started. The next step would be to essentially um, the next step would be to start opening your channels. So people say that you want to like warm up a channel, which, I mean, there is a bit of truth in that. There is like, you do want to warm up a channel a little bit. That will help, but you don't have to. So you can open up a channel, and wait a couple days. Maybe scroll a little bit on it. You don't have to. Scrolling a little bit may help, but you don't have to. Just make sure to wait a couple days before posting, like 2 days. And don't just open one channel, open as many channels as you can, where you will be able to make 5 videos per day. This is the reason why I said pick an easy niche previously, because essentially, if in your niche it takes you like 3 minutes to make a video, you could make like 50 videos per day easily, right? So if you can make 50 videos per day, open up 10 channels. So eventually you'll just post 5 videos per channel per day. Um, but yeah, essentially that's the whole point. You want to find an easy niche, and then open up as many channels where you will be able to post 5 times per day consistently on that channel. So open up those channels, wait a couple days, and start posting. Post once per day on each channel for at first for like 3 days. Then post 3 times a day for like 3 more days, and then scale up to 5 times per day. And make sure to leave at least 2 hours in between each upload. Now, if you're doing everything right, you should be blowing up on some channels pretty quickly. If you're recreating the videos to the same level as your competitors, you should be blowing up. You should be blowing up pretty quickly on those channels. So once you're actually blowing up, make sure to monetize a couple of channels, and then basically just outsource this whole system to some bullshit ass editor. Find like a cheap ass editor on Upwork, bro. You could literally get someone to be your full-time fucking slave for $200 a month. I'm telling you, bro. People in India need some food, bro. They will do anything, man. So find yourself someone who will basically work endlessly, for very cheap, which is pretty easy on Upwork. Make sure don't say that in the job description on Upwork though. Don't say that you'll pay like 200 rupees per month for 12 hours of work a day. Say that it's gonna be like a lot of work. Mention how many hours you want them to work, but don't say how much you're gonna pay in the job description, because that may get your job post removed. Because Upwork is like gay about it, and they like say, oh, we need work-life balance, all that shit, and equal pay. So yeah, just make sure to not say how much you're gonna pay. Just tell them privately once they text you. And yeah, eventually just want to eventually just outsource this whole thing. But one important thing is you want to pay them. You may pay them just like a certain salary at first, but eventually, or you could start off with that if you have a couple of monetized channels. You want to pay them a long term. You want to pay them a revenue share. And yeah, you could experiment with it. You could pay them 10%, you could pay them 30%, you could pay them 50%. I never go like 50%. I say I go 50%, but in reality it's like 25, because I always leave like 50% off for like tax and stuff, because the tax is crazy in Spain. So it's actually like 50%. But if we're talking about like the dashboard on YouTube, let's say I made like 10K on one channel, it would be like 25% of that, because half of that will go to tax, and then we're left with another half. Of that other half that's left, half of it will go to me, and the other half will go to the editor. That's the conditions that I work with my editors on. So we go 50-50. I feel like you want to go 50-50, because then basically the editor will trust you like long term, and basically feel like they're treated fairly. Because if you pay them like 10%, they won't be so motivated, and they might want to leave eventually, because even if they're making okay money for them, like they feel so underpaid if you're making like 10 times as much as they do, and they do all the work and you're doing nothing, right? So just go 50-50, and they'll stick to you long term. And just also make them like monetize a couple of channels. So you want to give them all your monetized channels, and then make a couple of more unmonetized channels, or give them unmonetized channels you already have, and get them to monetize you more channels, because monetized channels are always good. You could transfer them to a different niche, you could sell them for a good amount of money. So you want them to always monetize your new channels passively. So give them like a bonus, like a $50 bonus or something, or just say that if you monetize me like 5 channels, I'll give you a bonus, or something like that, because getting free monetized channels is pretty sick, I can't lie. Anyways, what else do I want to say? So what's the next point I was gonna make? Yeah, that's basically the whole process. You at this point you outsourced your niche completely, and here you could just either take some of the monetized channels away from them or wait until they monetize a couple of more channels and then hire someone else to run those other monetized channels in the same niche. If your main editor, if your first editor doesn't have enough time to, I mean, their time is always going to be limited. They can't run like a billion channels. So you want to get just as many channels as possible and then just spread them across many editors in that niche so you can have as many channels monetized as possible and as many, channels printing as possible. But eventually you'll reach a cap within a certain niche and then you'll want to find another niche. So you'll just repeat this whole process. So you go back to Verlo, you scroll, whatever. You find a niche, you repeat the whole process from the beginning. You make a couple of channels, you start posting, you monetize them. You want to make sure you do it yourself first so you actually understand how this niche works. And then once you monetize a couple of channels, or once you at least go viral or something, you could outsource it and basically endlessly scale like that and do the same whole thing. And then eventually you'll have a billion different niches, a billion different channels, and $1 billion in the bank. That's basically the YouTube Shorts blueprint. I don't know why I just told you this fucking sauce. Like, guys, you have to understand that what I'm telling you is no one talks about this. This is like the craziest sauce ever, bro. I literally told you how to make unlimited money, like an unlimited money glitch completely passively. But I don't care, bro. I just wanna make the world a better place, honestly. Like, I don't have anything to sell you. I just want to teach, bro. I want to share my knowledge. I think we want to. I think in this world we to for the world to like become a better place. We want to help each other. So I'll just do it. I want to make a community eventually because I want to find some friends. I don't have any friends because all I do all day is YouTube. So I just want to find some like-minded people as well. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you.